And then finally, we get to Arsenal. The consistency has been extraordinary. I talked about it at the beginning of this season. I think I've brought this up since then as well. What did Arsenal in last season in terms of the fight for the Champions League was it was never just one loss, it was two, it was three, it was horrible stretches. It was never just we lost a game and we moved on. And what have they done every single time, the few times they've faced adversity this season? Moved on, got right back to winning. It's a testament to this team. It's a testament to Arteta. It's one of the reasons I am so confident in them at this point. This is their league to lose. End of story. There's a difference between that and being champions elect where the title race is over. Too many games left. I don't care who it is. Too many games left. But this is a title chase, not a title race. They have earned that much respect, and they have that. I mean, the gap at the top speaks for itself. My one concern here is, and it's not a major one, but it's what I want to bring up in terms of the conversation that now needs to be had is what could go wrong. Pretty soon here, they're going to have to start caring a little bit more about the Europa League. Because you're not in the Europa League group stage anymore. And while I fully expect they're going to keep their focus on the Premier League, I also don't expect to see the same kind of lineups we saw where, Eddie Nketiah was carrying the goal scoring load. And that's not a shot at Eddie Nketiah, just the idea of there was very much a B squad put out there because their B squad did just fine getting through the group stage of the Europa League, as you would expect. The depth of this team is one of the things that doesn't get talked about enough. You go top to bottom, my one concern was Gabriel Jesus, but Eddie Nketiah said, I got this. When called upon, he's been very good. He doesn't have to score a million goals because Gabriel Jesus wasn't scoring a million goals. He's just got to take some of the chances and score enough and be enough of, just get involved in the game. And he's doing that just fine. But you look at everywhere else, and they've got multiple players you trust for the most part. So they can absolutely navigate the Europa League and the Premier League while using a little bit tighter of a squad. But it is something to consider that, for the most part, the starting 11 just kind of got the day off or came in for 30 minutes if they needed at the end of a Champions League game, or the end of a Europa League game. I don't expect that to be the case once you get to the knockout stage here. But it should be fine. I just wanted to bring that up as things that could possibly go wrong. I'll save more of my sort of overall thoughts on Arsenal until the end of the season. But the other thing I do want to say here is this is not some kind of fortuitous series of events that has led Arsenal to being atop the Premier League. Part of the Leicester City story in 15-16 was everybody else was bad. There was a massive opening, and somehow, some way, that Leicester team found a way to incredibly walk through it and take advantage. That's the part they deserve credit for, is somebody had to actually do it. And nobody in the world thought it would be them, but they found a way. And by the way, they won that comfortably. It's not like it went down to the final day. They were clearly the best team in the league. You will never see me trying to denigrate what that Leicester team did. The point being, everybody else was kind of at a low point, or in some kind of rebuild, some kind of restructuring. That's not the case with this. This is Arsenal putting up or at least being on pace to put up one of the higher point totals in Premier League history. This is still Manchester City being very, very good. That Liverpool team, I know they're not playing well this season and have dealt with some stuff. That's still a team that's around. Look at what Manchester United are doing. This lead was in no way, shape, or form handed to Arsenal because everybody else has been bad. Now, do you also need Manchester City to slip up a couple times more than expected to have this kind of lead at this point in the season? Sure. But Arsenal are there because Arsenal just aren't dropping points. So that's where I want to end this. This is 100% what Arsenal are doing, not everybody else's shortcomings. Go look at what Arsenal are on pace to get points-wise. Go look at the other Premier League champions in the past 10 or so seasons. And my new favorite stat about this, I looked at it when I did my written piece on Arsenal on my Substack, touchlinetalk.substack.com. That came out last week, and it'll be even more true now because Arsenal won again. This team is on pace for more points than the Invincibles. That's how good they've been. So don't lose sight of that part of this story, too. It's not just some happy underdog Cinderella unexpected champion. This is a phenomenal team, and what they're doing is incredible.